Welcome to another edition of Life and Style by Kevin Samuels. Remember to like, click, and subscribe. Alright, I've had a lot of people ask about best this, best that. I wanted to make another video about inexpensive fragrances. I'll call them cheap. Only because they're less than 40 bucks. Now the presumption is a couple of things. One, that you think under $40 is an inexpensive fragrance. And two, that you can go online and order at fragrancenet.com. I mean, come on, you can even go to Walmart, load some money on a money card and take advantage. Buying retail, unless you just get off on it, hey, that's up to you. Another thing, I've got some inexpensive fragrances that smell darn near as good as niche fragrances to the average people. Now, of course, if you're a fragrance fan like I am, an enthusiast, a lover, we know the difference. But again, eye of the beholder. I'm also a wine enthusiast. I can tell the difference between a Chateau Lafite and a bottle of Kendall Jackson. I love cigars. I can tell the difference between a Cuban cigar, a very good Cuban cigar, and something off the street. Something that's from the Dominican Republic, even though they're getting better. And on and on and on. So, for the people in the middle who just like, man, look, I'm not going to drop $400 on any scented water. You know it's not water, but come on. This is for you. Honorable mentions go to one of my favorites that a lot of people are just now discovering. I've been wearing this for 20 years. I've been wearing it since it came out. JACEQUES PARFUM. If you're a man over 35, this is you. I was rocking this back in my late 20s, and when I was going into boardroom meetings down on Wall Street, such and so forth. It has so many good memories and did so many good things. I would never be without a bottle of this. Salvatore Ferragamo F Black. Again, ridiculously good fragrance. Less than $30 at Ross. This is sacrilege that we have such good fragrances for such a low price. This is an incredible, sexy, sophisticated, elegant fragrance that just looks like everything that I'm wearing. From the house of MAUBOUSSIN PARFUM. Wow. Incredible lavender, plummish, sandalwood, creamy vanilla fragrance. This fragrance house did something very right. I want to say that someone told me once upon a time this was the fragrance house that Charlie Chaplin, they made a lot of stuff for Charlie Chaplin back in I will say there is one house that's been making a lot of noise here lately, and it's the house of ARMAF. They've been doing some things right. The first one I want to talk about is ARMAF Club de Nuit Intense for Men. Club de Nuit Intense for Men is what a lot of people are calling an Aventus clone. I don't like to call things clones. I just call them for what they are. It is a very good, smoky, citrusy-like fragrance. It doesn't have pineapple in it. It has lemon. It comes out a little chemical and harsh at the beginning, but the dry down is freaking amazing, and I get tons of compliments with this thing. ARMAF Club de Nuit Intense Men. There are many on ARMAF, so you have to be kind of strategic, so I hope you see the bottle. I'll leave the link in the description where you can pick it up. I got this for less than 40 bucks. Next, Club de Nuit Intense for Women. Silent music here, please. We know I love all things Tom Ford, and one of my top fragrances of all time is Tom Ford Noir de Noir. I have to say, people, when I sprayed this fragrance, I cried a little bit because it is breathtaking. This is one of the most incredible smelling fragrances that if you love Noir de Noir, the dark truffle, the rose, all the things that it does beautifully well, you will love this. And it's less than 40 bucks. I would have a hard time buying Noir de Noir again after my huge bottle runs out because this is so daggum good. Now here's the thing. I will always have it because sometimes you need that extra 5–10%, but for most of the time, this will get it. It even comes out lovely. Folks, probably the rock star on the list. Noir de Noir, I mean Club de Nuit Intense for women. Check it out. Okay, back with another ARMAF. ARMAF is doing some things right. Now, let's get the actual sprayers. The atomizer, not that great. The bottle atomizer on this, not that great. Actually have some flaking around the top, but you know what? I don't care. If you love green Irish tweed, or if you love Shea Bond like I do, you will freaking love this juice. My God, another one of these that I was just absolutely blown away. Comes out, and it's a dead ringer in most people's nose for either green Irish tweed or Shea Bond. It like blends both of them, best of both worlds. So, hey, keep your expensive bottles of fragrance when you need the extra 10%. But if you want a cheapie, we're talking about some expensive fragrances, classics, best of all time. The three I've just named are just on most people's top list, even just from an artistry standpoint. And we're talking less than 40 bucks. ARMAF has done some good things. Derby Club House Belmont. It is a very passable Terre de Hermes Eau de Toilette fragrance. Yes, very passable Terre de Hermes Eau de Toilette. I also have something else on the list that you probably never heard of. Let's go get it. Joseph Abboud Black Linen. Yes, available at Men's Warehouse or Joseph Abboud. Yes, available at Men's Warehouse or Jose Banks. This is a very, very passable fragrance, clone for Terre de Hermes, but it has doesn't have that harsh kind of dry down. A lot of people, I get more compliments from this. This thing is incredible. Now, price point, it's about 50 some odd bucks. You can get a less expensive, you can get Terre de Hermes, but if you just want to be funny, hey, this is a very good fragrance for the price. Also, since we're in that house, this is not a clone of anything, but a good Joseph Abboud lavender fragrance. If you like lavender powdery fragrances, Joseph Abboud Men, same thing, folks. I was really shocked when I found these fragrances. But again, I'll go smell fragrances anywhere. I don't care. If it smells good, it smells good. It could be in Victoria's Secret. If it's a fragrance, I'm gonna put my nose on it and give an opinion. Drum roll, please. Come on, people. We know what this is. Mont Blanc Individuel. Now, I can't call this a clone of anything because it came out first. Or maybe we'll joke on because it came out before this. But this, people often ask, what are the differences between this and original Santal? If you need that extra creamy sandalwood vanilla thing, the extra 10%, go with the $300+ option. I don't really see the need for it. But hey, Mont Blanc Individuel, this should be in your collection already because it's one of the tops of all time. And it's a very similar fragrance to original Santal. So much so that I love wearing it in my local Creed boutiques and just see if they can tell the difference. Most of the time, they can't. Remember Gucci Envy? Gucci did this crazy thing where they release fragrances, and I know the reasons why, but if they get discontinued, they had a line of fragrances that were exceptional. They had one, Gucci Envy, CARVEN Homme. My goodness, a creamy sandalwood vanilla fragrance. If you like woody kind of aromatic fragrances, this is your baby. Less than 40 bucks. The price has gone up. I actually, last time I bought a 3.3 ounce, I got it for like $18. You're starting to get harder and harder to find these, so hey, you may get a 50 ml bottle, but you still got a good value. I don't have the bottle anymore because I gave it away to a friend, but Tag Him by ARMAF. A very passable copy of Bleu de Chanel. We know what Bleu de Chanel is. It's one of the most popular cologne fragrances out there, but people love it. The fragrance community is starting to get kind of down on it because they say it's kind of generic, but hey man, whatever. We're snobs in this thing. We are looking at notes and this and that. Average people don't care like we do. If you want a passable copy, Tag Him, and it's less than 40 bucks. All right, now we're going to go to a car maker, Mercedes-Benz La Parfum. I won't say it's a passable copy of Tuscan leather because that would be sacrilege. But if you want a leathery, sweet, fruity fragrance, this puts you in the mind of Tuscan leather. Mercedes-Benz La Parfum. I was actually really surprised by it, and the performance is excellent. I'm not even going to try to butcher this name. I just call it MEHAREES. Are you familiar with FERRAGAMO Musk Ravenjour? It's that either or fragrance. People either love it or hate it. They have a very passable clone of this. It may take 10 years to get to you for shipping. Depending on where you're at, you may have to end up waiting a month, but it is well worth the wait. Honestly, people, it is a very, very good fragrance in and of itself. I'll put a link down in the description. Of course, you know, all of this stuff is eye of the beholder. Again, I understand that there are diehard fragrance people who just don't like lookalikes or smell-alikes, but if it is what it is, some things are just good. So, bottom line, people, there are some incredible fragrances out there for less than $40. You don't have to break the bank to have a really good smelling fragrance collection. And if you're not a fragrance snob and you need the extra 10%, or you really want to go for the names, I mean, if you're starting out, look, you're starting out. I say that some of these are really doggone good values for the price. They smell incredible, they'll get compliments, and you'll be happy that you got them. And then when you decide to get the authentic versions, you know, if that's the decision you make, like I said, it's all eye of the beholder. But bottom line, I gave you the information, you do what you want with it. Do me a favor, if there are any kind of things you want to see, make sure to hit me up in the comment section. Let me know. Make sure you like, click, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Till next time, talk at you later.